I'm Darren Henstock. I'm a police inspector with the West Midlands Police, shortly transferring to Western Australia Police.
Hi, I'm Simon Williams, Police Sergeant from the West Midlands Police.
Evidence-based policing is growing steadily, wider and wider. You wouldn't go out and buy a television or something without checking what the reviews are about that television. So why would you implement something into your role as a police officer without testing and checking and understanding what the benefits or risks of that procedure might be?
Well, the potential for evidence-based policing to change practice is enormous, and I think we can get really caught up in this phrase, evidence-based policing. So evidence-based policing, for me, means what works and what doesn't work, just as importantly. And from that, really, you've got a common sense approach, haven't you? So if you find something that works and you've got evidence to say it works, well, common sense would say, let's use that because it's going to benefit the public. What you're talking about is a change in culture and a change in the way police officers, no matter what their rank, from senior leadership and executive teams down to PCs, PCSOs who are delivering frontline activity for us.
The main barrier to evidence-based policing that I see in my daily role is the officers don't think they can do it. They think it's too hard. A lot of talk about randomised control trials, which are really, really difficult to implement, and you have to be really committed to be able to do it.
As a frontline neighbourhood sergeant, new into Handsworth, hotspot policing was not business as usual and wasn't something that was embedded across that particular area of Birmingham at all. So it was an ideal opportunity to kick off and do some retesting of a 21-year-old finding.
It's not all about a superintendent saying this is what we should do, this is the line we should go down. It's about people on the ground, the constables, the sergeants, the inspectors, testing theories and ideas where it actually makes a difference.
We took a number of hotspots across Birmingham West and Central. We matched them into pairs and we randomly allocated days to either shorter, more frequent patrols or longer, less frequent patrols.
Before I got involved with the original Turning Point trial, I had no idea about evidence-based policing. And it was a bit of a light bulb moment for me, I have to say, when I suddenly realised there's this movement behind all the things that I thought, this is common sense, this is what we should be doing, why are we doing stuff that we know doesn't work, when there is stuff here that does work. If we say that we're operationalising what academics can help us with, then no, there's no limit.
We actually found that both ways of delivering a patrol dosage into a hotspot cooled down the hotspot and it reduced crime and disorder, which is fantastic, but actually you get 20% more reductions in crime and ASB if you use the longer visits, so 15-minute visits 3 times on a late shift. But this new piece of research was more than just about identifying, and testing the COPA curve or that 15-minute patrol. It was also about trying to refine how we train our cops, how we track them, and how we feed back their patrol data so they're brought into that process and they understand how important that their visibility is in a hotspot.
If you need to get involved with evidence-based policing, if you've got that way about you and you want to test new boundaries, you want to understand how things operate and the benefits you have, really simply contact the College of Policing, go to the What Works site on the College of Policing website, contact the Society of Evidence-Based Policing. You'll find them on the internet, you'll find them all over social media, and they do regular conferences. Another conference in Cambridge University this summer in July. Every police force has got a university campus, usually studying criminology. Just knock on the door of one of the academics. You'll be surprised at how quickly they want to help and want to get involved. And working with them and the college together, you'll be bound to have something that you can do that they can see a niche for.
I think the biggest barriers I've seen are decision makers within organisations almost saying, I know best, rather than actually going out there, listening to the people that have got experience, that have researched it, or actually going out there and looking at what's the evidence base behind this particular bit of work before I make a decision. It's surprisingly easy to get involved in evidence-based policing and research. You don't have to have a master's, you don't have to have any qualifications. to start running experiments or research in policing at all. And I think there's probably a bit of a barrier that people put up maybe, and are a little bit more worried than they need to be. But if you've got something that you want to test, or you've got a new idea that you want to implement, or just try out in your neighbourhood, whether it be a neighbourhood team or a response team, speak to people around you, speak to your teams, speak to the leadership locally, and you'll find that most people are willing to try.